Hey everyone, it's Jim T. Graham of FlyingGiants.com. And this morning I was talking to Matt Gunn, Maticus Gunnicus. You might know him as one of the editors of Flying Giants. He does a lot of reviews and a lot of stories and things like that. He goes to shows and tons of stuff. Anyway, Matt received a box. We were on a chat and I said, man, when is that box from Flex Innovations going to show up? And you could hear the door knock, knock, knock. And he's like, it's here. So I said, well, man, let's do a live broadcast and let's share with everyone on Flying Giants the new Flex Innovation Cessna 170 PNP. And now I'm going to turn it over to Matt Gunn and let him talk. What do you got over there, Maticus Gunnicus?
Hey, first of all, thanks for making this happen. I was going to do an unboxing of it, and then I thought, well, there's got to be something else to do. And then you said, let's go live. And I said, man, that's a great idea. So we're down here in my basement. I've got the most important thing in hand, which is my coffee, and the next most important thing, which is the Flex Innovations Premier Aircraft Cessna 170. Look at this baby.
Now, you said it was huge.
It is huge. Here's my drink right here next to it. This is a massive foam aircraft, and just the feature list on this thing is incredible. So what do you want to do? You just want to go ahead and start? I'll start with the basics and cover the fuselage, and then we'll move on to some other questions in a minute. Yeah, let's do that.
So I have specs in front of me. Do you want me to go over some specs real quick just so they get an idea of what we're looking at there?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead.
The wingspan is 86.7 inches. The weight is 8.4, almost 8.5 pounds. It is a 4 to 6 channel, and it's running on a 3200 4S. Wait, this says, okay, 3200 4S to a 5000 6S.
Yes, and we'll go over some interesting facts about that here shortly.
Okay. Well, I'll throw it over to you and just take us on a tour.
All right. So first of all, it was easy to unbox. It came shipped very well from Flex Innovations. Now, this is the Premier line of aircraft. So Premier is their, I would guess, their baby, and Flex Innovations is the parent company, and the Cessna 170 is the Premier aircraft. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at this fuselage here. First of all, look at those molded plastic air intakes, just like the old school Cessna. Looks really nice up front. This is one huge fuselage, man. I mean, it's very bulbous. Look at the weight. Look at the width of it here, looking down the barrel. So nice. Yeah, so you have this interesting latch on the front, and the latch pulls out. Now you have a lot of assembly to do, not a whole lot, but you have to put some pieces in to make all this fit. So on the back here is this little molded piece.
Fitment.
Right in like that. Yeah, Jim?
I said fitment.
Yeah, fitment. Nice. So it fits right in there. Let's go ahead and look at some of the paint. That was one of the initial things that I was interested in, because this thing is painted very lively, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got a little bit of mismatch right here, not a big deal. The only area that I noticed was a little bit off was right here, where it looks like they sprayed it a little heavy. Can you see that? It's almost darker right here.
Yeah, just slightly around the latch.
Slightly. And look at that right there, right? That spot, just a little bit darker. Other than that, it is perfect. The paint looks really good. It's sprayed on in places, and then you have your sticker that's been applied here. No real bubbles under it. It's a really good application. So let's move on. We'll go on the inside. Let's go ahead. Now, this is the LED version. So you have multiple LED connections that need to happen. You have, first of all, you have your rear LEDs on the wing, and then there's another one that will come through here. It's for front LEDs and the landing lights. Now you have your aileron and flap servo connections that are molded in to this wing, basically this wing cradle that's on here. So the center section of your wing is molded into the fuselage. The wings go out on the other side. You button everything together. You got your carbon spar that goes through here, and it is just looks like it's a pretty darn sturdy design. Now here's what I like that I didn't really discuss much is you have a tow hook on the back in case you want to use this bad boy for towing, which it could easily pull it at an 86-inch wingspan. So let's go ahead. Look at that. Look at Kike's name right on the side there, Jim.
Nice.
Pretty cool. Let's go to the bottom real quick. Got your plastic pieces on here that are going to provide protection to the foam fuselage when you're landing. You got it on the front and the back. Now that rear one is for mounting your floats, optional floats. The front one is for the landing gear, and then right on either side is the wing strut mounts. So pretty typical design. Got 2 air exits and 2 up front for the intake. So you got plenty of cooling going on with this bird. Let's go ahead and pull the cover off and take a look inside. Now, right off the bat, there is a gigantic, let's see if I can see that. That is a Hobby Wing Skywalker. It's hard to see, and I know, I apologize. But it's a Hobby Wing Skywalker 80 amp ESC. So that's kind of a general Chinese ESC, but they work well. I've never had a problem with the Hobby Wing brand. The Skywalker brand of ESCs has always worked well. So I think they chose wisely when they put this in here to sort of give you some value to it and performance where it's not going to shut down in flight and overheat easily. Now you do have the option for 4S up to 6S, so they don't give you a propeller. At least I couldn't find one in there, and they leave they leave the prop up to you, so you can put whatever propeller you want in this bird based on your power requirements. So I think I'm probably going to go 6S 5000 with it, and we'll go with a smaller prop. And here if you can see right there, it's another one that's hard to see. Right there on the side is your plug for your lights. Now this goes right into your balance tap on your LiPo, so you don't have to run a secondary LiPo. So far, there's all your wiring in the back there, hanging down like spaghetti, but it's all pretty good. Here's something that's interesting. On the inside is your LEDs facing inward. You can't really see them there. There they are back in there.
Right.
So your LEDs are facing inward on both sides. That's going to light up this entire fuselage bright white. You have the only external LEDs on the entire plane are back here on the tail, on the top. Everything else is internally mounted.
I love a internally lit plane. It just looks so good.
Yeah, that's something that I'm kind of new to. I usually put my LEDs on the outside, and I like the idea of doing that.
So let's talk about price real quick. This, what was this, around $499?
Yep. You got the LED version is a little bit more expensive than the regular super version. And I don't have the price list in front of me. Obviously, I'm on camera. Maybe you can pull that up.
I'm looking at the PNP on the flexinnovations.com site, and I'm showing $499. I'm going to try to verify this is the LED version as well.
Mm-hmm. And shipping was actually really affordable on this bird. I think we paid $30 shipping for it, so not bad.
Okay, so the night PNP, which is what you have on your hands there, is $559. So that's not much of a price increase to have all those lights installed.
Right. Yeah, you get a couple of you get all the hard work's been done for you. Here's your UBEC. It's a 8 amp, 5 volt BEC, and you definitely got to have a BEC going with all these lights. It's just I think takes a lot of the stress off of the ESC, which is an opto, by the way. So yes, it does not have a built-in BEC on it.
Gotcha. And it's using DS19 Metal Gear servos. I guess we can look at that when you pull out the wing.
Yeah. So let's put this guy here. Put this back on, and I'm going to go to the rear and show you the same sort of configuration for your horizontal stabilizer. It has the built-in plastic mount that goes right in there, and you here's your plastic protection for the tail wheel. I think there's been lots of thought put into this bird.
So does the tail group, can it be removed for travel?
I think so. Let's take a look.
Seems to be a topic I see in the threads.
Yeah, here we go. All right. Here's our tail group. Now check this out. These two slide in like this. Boop. Then you have your carbon square spar that goes across. and it looks to me like it is a permanent glue in. Yeah, I think it's going to be permanently glued in right here.
Is that Mean Joe Vermillion trying to text you, Mecca?
I have no idea. Yeah, we are on my phone, by the way. So if I get a phone call and my phone starts making noises, I apologize. But here's what I like. This is a great added feature to these Flex airplanes. They use these what are these things called? Force generators across the wing here. Yeah. So
to keep the air on the actual surface.
Yep. So I do like that. They use them on the main wing and here on the horizontal stab. So this fits in like so. And you're going to put that on there. It looks like it is a permanent mount. So not bad. Looking good. Carbon square tube already in there on both sides. This thing looks beefy. Look at that built-in control horn right into the edge there. So you got this whole piece that covers this, puts right on there. There's no chance of it pulling out, and it controls both sides. Moving on to the rudder here. So the rudder is going to fit nicely into this spot here permanently. And then here is your hinge. Look at that. So that part right there is what mounts, and the rest of this is a unique aircraft.
Wow, so there's no hinging. You just glue that part into the plastic receiver.
Yeah, this is sort of standard to do a. Not only did they do a, they got this piece on here, but they've reinforced it on the inside with some plastic strips. So this is part of. You see this a lot on foam planes where they just cut it down, but this part is prone to pulling apart. Well, they've solved that by putting these plastic strips here, here, and here through there, so it's going to prevent it from pulling out. Really great idea. I think that's pretty innovative.
And you're watching the video right now, and the quality. I'm not sure how this is, since we're shooting live. I'm not sure how this is going to look ultimately on YouTube, but I will tell you that Mr. MacGunn will be taking some nice high-res photos, and there'll be a full unboxing story on FG. So if you want to get more detail than what you can see right now in the video, be sure to go to Flying Giants and check out the story.
Oh, yeah. So let's move on to our wings. Check this out. Big old wing there. This is a monster, man. And it's very true to scale, I think. You got your landing light here, which is two LEDs, two white LEDs in there. That ought to be nice and bright.
That's pretty cool.
You got your position lighting out on the wingtip, red and green on each side, on one side and the other. Now, here you go. Here's your plugs for your front LED strip. Here's your plug for your rear LED strip right here. Here it comes.
I'm sure you can control all that from a switch or switches.
I've read that you cannot. It's either all on or off, and you plug it in before you take off. Okay. But you could easily put a switch in line.
Right.
Look at this. Everything's labeled. You got your flap here and your aileron. Let's move on to our servos.
DS19 metal gears.
DS19 Potenza metal gear servos. These are mini servos, not micro. There we are right here. So these flaps do not, you can't couple without some work on the servo end. You cannot do a full aileron by mixing the flaps in, because it's limit right there.
So I'm seeing a DS19 on the flap and a DS33 on the actual aileron. Is that correct?
DS33 looks like a mini servo here, and then the sort of in between a micro and a mini servo. It's probably a feather servo is what I think they call them.
Gotcha.
So you got your generators here, swept down tips just like a real Cessna, and your mount here for your wing. What are they? Oh my gosh, I'm having a. Let's pull them out here. I just talked about it a minute ago. The struts. Let's get those struts out.
Now, did you get a float set at all?
A what?
Did you get the float set?
Did not get the float set. No, but that's okay, because I'll probably get it after the fact. So in here, let's pull these out. We got our wing struts. They're oval shaped. They're not airfoil shaped, but they are oval shaped to cut down the wind resistance. And look how nice they are, man.
Yeah, they're kind of chromy.
They're very chromy. This is sort of this looks like almost a brushed aluminum that's been polished a little bit.
Wow,
So,
very nice.
look at that. Quickly takes them on and off with these RC car pins here.
Clips, so you don't have to screw in, screw out, and keep track of all the nuts and bolts.
That's very important because I used to hate taking these off on all these other planes that had them.
I still hate it. So
I do. You have to bring all sorts of support equipment just to put the thing together.
And don't leave your box of screws and nuts at home or you won't be flying. So that's awesome.
Right? All right. So it looks like I lied because I just found, look what I found, a propeller.
Oh, awesome.
So it does come with a prop. This is a 16x6. Nice looking prop. It's nylon. It looks like it's pretty sharp because I literally just almost cut my finger on it a second ago. And that should do just fine for whatever power you got.
While you're pulling things out, this also has the flight stabilizer installed.
Yeah, well,
let's go look. It's red.
I think it's buried in here because I don't see it. And,
well, it's supposed to have the Aura 8 control system.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I found it. It's under here. So it's inside of that, and I'll see if I can take it off and show you. Again, we're all doing this live together, so I knew it had the Aura, but I didn't see it up front. But it's packaged where it should be. It's mounted where it should be. Right.
CG, right?
CG. Yeah.
CG. Also, those wings are plywood subframe. They're hollow wing with internal wood and carbon structure. So it's not just a big piece of foam.
Yep, you can see your carbon through there. You can see your internal structure through here. So this is, look, here you go. So it splits right, there we go. So the split line is right along here. So this is not one solid piece. This is a two-piece wing that they sandwiched together. And the same goes for these hinges as well. You can see the hinges through there?
Right.
This is really nice that they've gone the extra mile and put some quality hinges in that foam. Now here's something. Check out these big old Tundra tires.
Love them.
These are solid foam, so they don't have any bounce. They shouldn't bounce you up in the air after you land and they're not very heavy either, so they feel pretty good. I
run it three ways, not this particular airplane, but another Kike plane where you have the stock, all solid tires, and then you can also, if you want, go out and buy some aftermarket tires that are hollow that you can air up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dubro makes the ones that are hollow. They're a little bit heavy, but this plane should be able to carry them pretty darn easily.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Let's take a look at our landing gear. This is all bagged in plastic, and I'm pulling it apart right now to show you guys. So here's our landing gear. Pretty standard steel gear with these nice bearings on the side of them.
Nice, super simple.
Super simple is all you need. You don't need a complex set of gear. And then finally, we have this beautiful accessory package here. You got this piece if you're using the floats to cover up the front so you don't have the landing gear. Got your nice tail wheel with a foam rubber wheel on the end there. We got a few various collets and some pieces in there. And then we have this plastic chrome spinner and your prop hub. Oh yeah, and we have a couple of control rods in here. So this thing is very complete. I'm very impressed with what all you get. Mostly, I'm impressed with how big this beast is. Here's our manual.
Did your camera mount show up in that box?
No, I didn't get the camera mount. It's 3D printed camera mount, and it was out of stock.
Right, so you were going to do that yourself.
It's interesting what they did. They made this 3D mounted camera holder that mounts right here. It's basically looks to be a permanent glue on, so I'm glad I actually didn't do it right now. But you can put it on there, and then it's this little tab here that puts your HD camera on. So you can put a camera on there, get a whole view of the aircraft as it as it's flying around, you're doing 3D or just, flying the pattern and stuff like that. Give me 5 seconds, Jim. I'm grabbing a screwdriver and I'll open up this back hatch.
Okay. And while he's doing that, I'll talk about some things that you can order. Let's say you wanted some accessories on this. You can get the leading edge slat set for $24.99. They also have a float set with struts and LED, and that's $94.99 extra. So if you wanted to fly this off the water at Joe Nall, you could. There's also a snow ski set. So if you're up north and you don't want to stop flying for $39.99, you can fly it off your skis. That sounds like something you might need, Maticus.
I'm really considering some skis now that you just said that. I had no idea. Here we go. Check it out, guys. All right. So looking
That's
down
huge.
That's awesome, man. I can't wait to use this Aura. It gets nothing but good reviews from people that use it.
I would like to have one just to put on some other airplanes.
I know, right? So you got your DS-33s on the back here for your rudder and your elevator. Got your Potenza Aura. And as I showed you earlier, you got a mount there for a servo for a sailplane tow hook disconnect.
That's awesome.
This thing is legit. Very, very nice.
My takeaway, other than, Kike and Mr. Ribby have put this thing together so it flies great and it's built well. But, man, it sure looks, the trim scheme and everything just looks so great on this.
I have to agree. It's probably one of the bigger birds I have right now in my stable. And, I have to clear things out sometimes due to the amount of room that I have. And this one's going to be taking up a lot of room, so I'm excited.
Show us the top of the flaps and the ailerons because they look pretty scale-like.
Yep, you got your built-in ribs.
Right.
And Flex Innovation on there.
Vortex generators everywhere, a la Kike.
Very, very nice.
Making the wings sticky.
Yeah, the wing is, look at that. Very scale-looking wing. So...
And I love the scheme on the bottom. I'm not sure how visible that will be in the air, but it sure looks cool right there.
Yep. Well, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. If you're doing 3D, you're usually in close. So if you're doing rolling Harriers with this thing, which it can do, then I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. Otherwise, general aerobatics, being a high wing plane, it should be pretty easy to differentiate between top and bottom due to it being high wing.
Awesome. Well, everyone, we just wanted to share this. It just came in and we wanted to get it on the site. So I would think Matt will take some photos and drop all this into a front page story and you'll be able to get a better look at everything.
Yeah. What I'll do is take all the photos, the nice, pretty photos. We'll put this video in there with it and give you guys all the close-up photos of it. Then I'm going to get it built and take it and fly it. And we're going to shoot the video, get this review done for you guys.
Hey, so this is live, and we are hoping to do more live videos for Flying Giants, interviews and things like that, and maybe some event stuff. So if you want to be made aware when we go live, you can just hit the subscribe button, and you should get an email that says, hey, Flying Giants has gone live. You just click on it and check it out. Otherwise, you can just watch it on our YouTube channel. Matt Gunn, thank you so much for taking time out to show us this thing.
Yeah, man. Glad I could get it out there and show all the people first what this big bird looks like. It's huge. I'm glad I have a pickup truck. That's all I'm saying because it's going into bed.
All right, everyone. We've been looking at the Flex Innovation Cessna 170 PNP, and this is the night flying version with the LED lights. We're stepping out. FlyingGiants.com, the world's largest and most active giant scale website. Jim T. Graham, Matt Gunn. Bye, y'all.
See ya.